Hi friends, welcome to Civil Agriculture Tutorials channel. Today we discuss regarding how a fire sprinkler works. So let us begin this session with a story. It's not a story, it's a real incident which happened in United States. So it's about a building called Weinkauf, which was built in the year 1914 and after 30 years. After more than 30 years, in 1946, the building caught a big fire outbreak. So at that time there was a party going on in that building, and around 119 deaths had been reported because of that major fire breakout in a multi-story building. That was one of the major uh, tragedy occurred in a multi-story building in United States so far till now. So after this incident, around 30 teenagers were also being burned to death in that incident. So after that, United States government introduced fire and safety codes into the building rules, and after that they are very strict about fire and safety in all the buildings. Because in this particular building, they are not having any smoke detectors, no sprinklers or fire escape staircase. So all these have been introduced into the code, and it becomes a mandatory to put all these things while you are doing a multi-story building. Even in India also we are having the fire and safety codes now. So we are also following these fire and safety codes in our building rules. So as you know, when we are introducing a sprinkler system or any fire and safety, this sprinkler system is the first defense to any fire outbreak in a building. So considering that, we cannot introduce any electrical circuit or electrical devices in the fire defense system, because when the fire outbreaks, it will destroy all the electrical circuits or electrical devices. So it will not function. The electricity will not function in such a case. So, or even in case of lightning also, the electricity will not function. It will destroy everything. So at that case, we need a mechanical thing like a pipe. Just we have to open it and then the water will gush out. So such a system we need. For that, the fire sprinkler system has been introduced, in which this is a set of pipe which we can see in the ceiling of all the rooms, which is connected to a main water tank. And when this has got a uh, sensory thing in it which can sense the heat up to a certain temperature, which I will tell in detail afterwards. So once it's detected the heat, the water which has been filled in the pipe under pressure, it will be under high pressure, it will gushes out and it will close the fire. That's the thing. So as you know, when a fire breakout is happening, there are three factors in which have to be removed. Either one of them have to be removed to put off the fire. That is, one is heat, the other is fuel, and the other is oxygen. If you take either one among these three, the fire will go out. So oxygen, the presence of oxygen increases the fire, the fuel also increases the fire, and also the presence of heat. When the heat increases, the fire also get more and more. So the sprinkler system actually removes the heat from that system by applying water onto it. So that is what sprinkler system is doing. And sprinkler system is the most efficient system by which we can manage water, because when comparing to a fire hose, that is, a fire hose gives a lot of quantity of water into the fire at that time, but the sprinkler system is designed in such a way that it will give water in a particular spot only and in a particular amount only. So sometimes some people are telling that when the fire breakout is happening, the water is doing more, the water coming from the sprinkler system is doing more damage than the fire that has already been damaged. That is not true. And one thing is that the sprinkler system reduces the damages to 60%. When we are doing a survey, we got that 60% is the percentage wise the sprinkler system is helping to prevent or to shut off the fire. And also the other thing is that when the sprinkler system ons, you need to off it mechanically or manually. That you have to do, otherwise it will not automatically, it will not shut off. And the third thing is that sprinkler system, by sprinkler system, the death rate is very low when compared to comparing to putting it off by a fire hose or any other thing, because it will take the fire engine or the fire people have to come to the site and to do all these things, or somebody have to do to take this fire hose and then have to open the particular tap and then gush out the water. That means it will take some, but the fire sprinkler systems works in such a way that it will automatically on. Now I will explain how this system works. So when there is a fire breakout in a particular room occurs, and the sprinkler system is designed such a way that it has to detect the heat up to a certain degree of heat. That is, if it is 57 degrees Celsius, then when the fire breaks out, it produces lot of hot air. This hot air will rise up first, and this hot air will come into contact with the sensors of the sprinkler. So if it reaches 57 degree, that the plug of the sprinkler, which is made up of either a metal alloy called wood metal. If not, it is made up of or glass tube which is filled with glycerin based liquid. Both these things will burst off when it reaches the degree of 57 degrees Celsius. It could be 50 degree. It depends upon on which degree of temperature that it has been designed to burst off. Okay, so this is supposed to burst off at that particular degree of temperature, and then it will open the highly pressurized water in it, and it gushes out to a flower-like system, which is a diverter, and it diverts the full water in a circular way, so that the radius will take off the fire area. So if there is a sprinkler at a particular area, then if that fire breakouts just beneath that area, the hot air will first come in touch with that sprinkler only, and not with the other sprinklers. But in many movies, like the movies in a Hollow Man, you can see the sprinkler is opening one by one. It's not like that. It will never happen in real life, because all the sprinklers act individually. It is not supposed to act every time at a time. All the sprinklers will not open. It will act only individually. So it is designed individually, so that the minimum water should be out to break out the fire, and it will put off the fire at the first moment itself. But once the temperature reaches that level, it will automatically on, and it will break off the fire by applying water, the necessary water. So that is the scientific system by which we can put off water. When comparing to the buildings which doesn't have the sprinkler system, we can say that 60% of the damage can be avoided just because of the sprinkler system. And many of the smaller fire outbreaks is automatically done off, or is automatically off, because of the sprinkler system itself. Before the fireman reaches the area, the sprinkler system itself will off the fire system. So that is the way it operates. And there are some types of sprinklers which we can use in the fire alarming system or fire system. There is some sprinklers, they are putting it upward section, some downward section, some on sideward section. And the downward direction sprinkler includes the pendant type, which you used to see in most of the public buildings, and also the concealed type. Concealed means it will be concealed, but you can't see it. Yeah, you can see a cap, a white cap, but actually it is a sprinkler which will just open when the particular temperature of air reaches that particular spot. And the smoke detector and the fire sprinklers are totally different. Smoke detector only detects smoke. It will not detect fire. Fire detector sprinkler is the thing which detects the fire. So that is a misconception that smoke detector also detects fire. This it will not. So I hope this small lecture give a idea about the operation of fire sprinkler system. So I will come with a new subject with a new video. Till then, goodbye. Please subscribe, share and like. Thank you very much.